We're sure you want to see the list that shows Chris Hemsworth being flirted over by female celebrities. It's obvious that when an actor is so handsome and talented, he will get all the attention from the ladies, even celebrity ladies. But who are these ladies that have been seen a little bit flirty with Chris? Let's see. Number 5. Dakota Johnson. When you're a star of the 50 Shades trilogy, it's no wonder that you're used to seeing co-stars topless. And Dakota Johnson even admitted that she had a hard time focusing while working alongside Chris Hemsworth. They co-starred in Bad Times at El Royale, and Johnson had to say some tricky words about Hemsworth's shirtless scenes. Oh my god, it's such a distraction. I was like, guys, you've made a huge mistake getting him to do this because everyone is going to forget everything that happened in the film until this point. Chris is going to come onto the screen and his body is outrageous. It's unbelievable, like a crazy, crazy thing to look at. And his shirt's completely unbuttoned. No one on set could pay attention to anything else. It was so shocking. Not in a sexual way at all, just like scientifically. How is it possible to look like that? Crazy, she said. However, it looks like Johnson wasn't the only one preoccupied with Hemsworth's abs. No one on set could pay attention to anything else. It was so shocking. Not in a sexual way at all, just like scientifically, how is it possible to look like that? Crazy. Then he would eat a bowl of Smarties and you're like, you're an asshole. F you. I don't eat anything sweet. I eat green things for 3 months in order to fit into a pair of jeans. And he eats whatever the F he wants. And looks like he was literally chiseled out of marble. It's insane, she said. Hemsworth's rock-hard abs aren't the only thing Johnson can't get enough of. He is really funny, sweet, and wonderful, and a great actor. So I'm glad you guys love him because he's a real gem, she adds. That's kind of proof that she had a thing for Chris, don't you think? Number 4. Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain and Chris were co-stars in The Huntsman, Winter's War. And back in 2016, the actress was Ellen DeGeneres' guest where she revealed that Chris Hemsworth is totally kissable. That was a big flirty move, but the only thing strange was that Chris was not around and he might have been surprised watching the show from the cozy home. Ellen didn't want to leave the sentence without attention and wanted more details, and she asked, "He is just the nicest guy in the world. Isn't he the sweetest guy?" Chastain had a pretty nice answer prepared for this tricky question. "Yeah, it's kind of annoying actually. Not only is he just perfect to look at," she said. The star joked about his body and said that it is disgusting, before listing more of his deplorable traits. "He's like a foot taller than me, so he's probably 6'5". He's really funny, and he's got the most beautiful, perfect family. And he's a great dad. It's just like, ugh." This was not the first and last time she mentioned Chris as a great dad. She once said that Chris was devastated that he wouldn't make it home from the set in time to put his 3 children to bed. He was so sad if we were going over because his kids were always asleep when he got home. And this was way before I got married and all of that. I remember seeing that and thinking, when we're on set for 16 hours a day, why isn't there a setup so people can be with their children? And I think it should go beyond women. It should also go for men. And that's what broke my heart. How sweet Chris was, talking about how much he missed his kids. We should get to the place where men are able to admit that and society sees it as a strength, she said. Number 3. Tessa Thompson. When a friendship jumps from one franchise to another, it's a great rarity, and that's what Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson have done. The two first paired up for Thor, Ragnarok, and later they starred in other movies together, including Men in Black International. In total, the two made 10 movies together, and that automatically means there is something more between the two, rather than just co-working. Rumors were circulating that the two were dating, but then Hemsworth's marriage commitment to Elsa Pataky was proof that the rumors were false. But it seems that Elsa was not really happy with her husband spending so much time with Tessa. An alleged insider tells the outlet that Pataky was so bothered by Thompson praising her husband in interviews that she flew from Australia to New York premiere of Men in Black International just to put them in check. The supposed source adds, Elsa issued Tessa with a stark reminder that Chris is spoken for. The suspicious tipster continues. She couldn't bear another red carpet flirt session where everyone gets to hear how incredible Chris and Tessa's friendship is. So she turned up and basically pulled her aside and said, "Hands off my man." The seemingly phony source adds, The way they talk about one another, anyone would think Tessa was Chris's wife. Number 2. Scarlett Johansson. When Scarlett Johansson presented the Sexiest Man Alive with the Excellence in Film Award at the 2015 Good Day USA Gala and Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts International Awards, she recalled being on a plane during their Avengers press tour with Chris Hemsworth and their co-stars Mark Ruffalo and Chris Evans. Chris decided to take a little catnap. He collapsed into a giant perfect heap, his lion's mane gracefully falling around his prominent chiseled features. "My God," proclaimed Ruffalo. "What a specimen," she recalled. And Evans added that Hemsworth is incredible and perfect even when he's drooling. And the gushing didn't stop there. Johansson had more to say. "I just stared, hoping that some of his stardust would drift my way. He is all at once sensitive and ferocious, otherworldly and grounded, is shockingly handsome and surprisingly approachable. He is every man and like no man you have met before. He is versatile despite his physicality, which makes him a grade A movie star," she said. But that didn't make Hemsworth feel awkward, because he knows what he wants and who he wants. At the same event, he gave a special shout-out to his wife, Elsa Patakai, calling her the greatest thing she's ever gotten over the last few years. "So, thank you very much to everyone, but especially my wife," he said. And you know that insulting each other is another level of flirting, right? Like the times when you were a kid and your classmate was screwing your nerves, remember? Well, Scarlett does. And during an interview with BBC One Radio, Scarlett and Chris played a game of playground insults which saw the two hurling abuse at each other. And it's actually kind of adorable. Scarlett kicked things off, telling him, "Chris, you're ugly. Everyone's been talking about it. You're just really ugly." She then moved on to his clothing. "You've got a growing collection of grandma cardigans and I've been meaning to talk to you about that. It's cray." Number 1. Natalie Portman. Another lady Hemsworth's wife was jealous of, Natalie Portman. Alright, we get it that Patakai was anxious because the Marvel's Thor, Love and Thunder was going to see the pair kiss for the first time. It was said that Elsa was on high alert when Natalie was in town because Hemsworth and Portman have developed a close connection and had bonded over the perils of parenting. Hemsworth has, according to a so-called source, skipping around like a kid on a first date about how he's going to show Natalie around Sydney. So, it's understandable that Elsa might feel a little worried. Patakai is a professional actress who has no reason to be concerned about her husband collaborating with the married Portman. But we get it. And you remember what happened in Thor the Dark World, right? Portman seemed to be in the middle of very interesting circumstances behind the scenes, and she found herself unable to film a passionate kissing scene with Hemsworth. In an interview with New York Daily, Portman revealed that she couldn't do the take because of their conflicting schedules. Marvel was doing reshoots of the film at the time, and by then, Portman already moved on to another film. Because of Portman's absence, they had no choice but to get Hemsworth's wife to do the kissing scene. Fortunately, Elsa Patakai was traveling with Hemsworth during the shoot. But we're pretty sure that even if she wasn't there, she would appear out of nowhere within 20 minutes. It was Hemsworth himself who made the call to do the scene with his wife, which is another proof of how he really loves and appreciates his wife. So, Patakai picked up where Portman left off. "So they put his wife in my wig and costume. That's why it was so passionate," Portman said. What do you think about Chris Hemsworth? Would you flirt with him too? Let us know in the comments below.